So here we are going to discuss about the third chapter in biochemistry, that is a very essential and proteins, amino acid and proteins. So amino acids are playing very diverse role in every organism because they are building blocks of proteins. Directly discussing amino acid will create confusion in your mind. Before talking about amino acid, we will highlight some basics of carbon based chemistry. So organic molecules where you will have carbon and hydrogen covalently bonded. Maybe carbon is covalently bonded with nitrogen. Such molecules occurs in a cell having different forms. So these organic molecules can be studied as micromolecule, macromolecule, micromolecule are building blocks for macromolecules. Macromolecules such as proteins, which you know very well, are performing very diverse role in an organism because these proteins are having tendency to act as enzyme or they are having tendency to act as structural support, like your hair, which are made up of proteins. Enzymes which are breaking glucose in your cell, releasing energy. So all these enzymes are various molecules who are actually in functional role are made up of protein. Not all enzymes are made up of protein, so don't get confused. These proteins are made up of micromolecules which we call as amino acids. We have other macromolecule also, such as carbohydrates, which are made up of monomer unit like glucose, galactose. Then we have macromolecule like DNA, which are made up of nucleotides. So out of these macromolecules we are going to have study in your syllabus protein and amino acid relationship. Protein and amino acid. Forget about these two. These are not included in your syllabus for this topic. So here chapter title is amino acid and protein. Here I have just highlighted relationship between amino acid and protein. So a typical amino acid is very interesting to study, where in typical cell you have more than 200 amino acid present. Listen carefully. In a typical cell you have more than 250 amino acid, you can see. More than 250 amino acids are present. But out of these 200, 300 amino acids, only 20 types of amino acids are utilized. Only 20 types of amino acid are utilized for protein synthesis, which is very important. So amino acid of all 20 types shows some common features. In previous lecture also we have said this. In amino acids, which we are saying only 20 types of amino acids are used, you have carbon atom, which is chiral in nature, which is surrounded by 4 different groups. that's why it is chiral. So one side you will have amino group, one side you have hydrogen atom, and one side you have जोपर्यंत हे जात नाही तोपर्यंत मायनस लावू शकत नाही आपण. O मायनस, आयदर यू कॅन राईट O मायनस और यू कॅन से OH. Okay, so we have said that in amino acid, this is one amino acid. One typical amino acid shows 4 different groups surrounding to the central carbon. This carbon is known as alpha carbon, which is also known as chiral carbon. Amino group, hydrogen atom, and carboxylic group. The fourth side you have R group present, and this R group provides identity to that amino acid. Here you are saying only 20 types of amino acid. All these 20 type of amino acid will differ with respect to R group only. फक्त हा ग्रुप चेंज होईल, बाकी हे 3 चेंज होतील का? No. So this basic structure will remain constant in each and every amino acid. Basic structure will remain constant each and every amino acid, in which 3 groups will remain constant. 3 groups are going to remain constant. If you have this R group is completely non-polar, if is non-polar. What if this R group is having completely non-polar condition? If म्हणजे काय? Suppose here you have written CH3. CH3 do not have any free ion or charge to do interaction with solvent. Solvent बरोबर म्हणजे amino acids are surrounded by water, which we have studied in previous lecture. That water is in dipole condition, having charge to do interaction with the foreign molecule. What if you add amino acid in water? Suppose you have added amino acid in water, which is having R group CH3. This group is not capable to do interaction with water, but this group can do interaction with water, this group can do interaction with water, but R group cannot do interaction with water. Based on the R group, many students get confused. Based on the R group, you have first group of amino acid. There are typically 4 to 5 groups of amino acids are given for 20 amino acids. First is completely non-polar. The example of non-polar amino acid I am going to tell you. You have to write it. Example of non-polar amino acid. This amino acid is alanine. This amino acid is alanine, where you have to write everything. The chiral carbon is surrounded by 4 different groups. If there is CH3, you have to write alanine. If there is H, if H is there, that amino acid is not in chiral state now. Yes or no? This is the only amino acid which is having non-chiral carbon. Why? 2 groups are similar. So this amino acid is known as glycine. Then we have, मी स्ट्रक्चर काढतो, त्याचा पार्ट आहे आपला, हे माहितीच पाहिजे. This amino acid is known as valine. बाकी सेम आहे का नाही, फक्त मी वर्ष चेंज करतोय. व्हॅलिन. There are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. There are 7 members included in this group where you have hydrophobic R group किंवा non-polar R group. मी सगळे काय सांगत नाही बसत तुम्हाला. I have just said 3 examples here: glycine, valine, alanine. There are total 7 examples. You have to find out your own which are remaining 4 examples. What if, second group, if R group is having aromatic ring? What if R group is having aromatic ring? Like this. What if amino acid having R group which is containing aromatic ring? The second group is known as aromatic amino acid. First group was hydrophobic amino acid or non-polar amino acid. Second group is aromatic amino acid. There are 3 examples here. The first one is phenylalanine. हे जे आहे So do you remember the structure of alanine? Alanine structure काय आहे तुम्हाला? It is what? Phenylalanine. Why? One hydrogen atom is replaced by benzene ring. So it is very easy to remember if you study according that way. There are 3 examples. Phenylalanine. If you add hydrogen atom, hydroxyl group here, then it is known as tyrosine. किती सोपं आहे बघा. ॲलॅनिनचं कन्व्हर्जन कशात झालंय? फिनिलॅलॅनिनमध्ये. फिनिलॅलॅनिनमध्ये हायड्रोक्सिल ग्रुप लावला तर झालं टायरोसिन. आणि अजून एक ट्रिप्टोफॅन, ते काय मी लिहित नाही तर मोठं आहे ते. थर्ड ग्रुप इज कंटेनिंग पोलर अनचार्ज्ड R group. You can say polar if R group is polar uncharged. There are 5 examples here. Polar uncharged. If you have this structure here, for example, you can say it is serine. Serine एक example is. Likewise, you have 5 different examples in if R group is polar uncharged. Or you can have cysteine. If I talk about all amino acid, it will be very boring for you. So just remember, here we have 5 examples. Out of them, I have discussed 2 examples only: serine and cysteine. You will notice everything is remaining constant. सगळं सेम आहे, काय फरक नाही याच्यात, फक्त इथंच चेंज होतोय काहीतरी. त्यात पण आहेच तिथं कुठं ना कुठं. त्यामुळे इट इज नॉट डिफिकल्ट टू रिमेंबर इफ यू प्रॅक्टिस इट आणि ॲज अ लाईफ सायन्स स्टुडंट यू शुड बी एबल टू ड्रॉ स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ एनी अमिनो ॲसिड इफ एनीवन आस्क यू. मी होतो जेव्हा नेट सेटचा अभ्यास करत होतो तर मला आठवत होतं 2-3 वर्ष तिथून पुढं. मग आता प्रॅक्टिस नाही, आता आठवत नाही ते स्ट्रक्चर. कसे आठवतील? ते नॉलेज आहे आणि विच इज व्हॉलटाईल. आता आपण जाऊ थर्ड ग्रुपकडं. थर्ड ग्रुप पोलर. इफ R group is polar and positively charged, if R group is polar and positively charged, you have 3 amino acids in this case. For example, lysine 1 2 3 is 3. लायसिन. मला नॉमेनक्लेचरची आठवण करून द्या. लायसिन. आणि लास्ट ग्रुप इज इफ. ह्याच्यामध्ये 3 मेंबर झालते ना. इफ आर ग्रुप इज पोलर निगेटिव्हली चार्ज. इफ आर ग्रुप इज पोलर and negatively charged, there are only 2 members here. Aspartate and glutamate. For example, aspartate हे aspartate. काय चाललंय? मी काय सांगितलं तुम्हाला की अमिनो ॲसिड असे मोनोमर आहे प्रोटीनचं जे 20 प्रकारचे असतात. ओनली 20 टाइप्स आर देअर विच आर क्लासिफाईड इंटू 5 ग्रुप्स. फर्स्ट ग्रुप इज if R group is completely hydrophobic. Second group is if R group is having aromatic ring. Third group is if R group is polarly uncharged. Fourth group is if R group is polar and positively charged आणि polar and negatively charged. काय अवघड नाही त्याच्यामध्ये. R group काय करतो ते बघायचं पहिल्यांदा. R group कसं आहे त्याच्यावर त्याचं नाव आहे. So it was regarding types of amino acid which you should remember structure wise. You should draw each and every amino acid structure in your notebook. You should be able to answer if anyone asks you draw histidine structure, because structure has many applications in understanding. Structure जर डोक्यात असेल ना तर वाचताना कळतं की त्यांना काय म्हणायचं. Without knowing structure you cannot understand the concept. So it is very important to invest time in biochemistry to remember the structures. And structure remembrance is very easy here. 3 groups are remaining constant. Only one thing is changing here. In that also a member is not changing their position. Now nomenclature, what I have said to very essential to understand. Amino acid nomenclature. Amino acids nomenclature is in 3 ways. Amino acid nomenclature is in 3 ways. Full name, 3 letter and single letter. Full name, for example, glycine. Spelling काय आहे? GLYCINE. चुकायला नको. Glycine. Full name, which people generally do not use while writing purpose. The 3 letter is generally used and which is denoted as G, which is very much commonly used. This is also not commonly used, but many time people use this. 50% you can say, 50-50, and this is common method to denote any amino acid. If I write this fashion, what it means? G means glycine, A means alanine, P means proline, V means valine, L means leucine. नाही त्यांनी जरा डिनोट केलेले आहे. आता फॉर एक्झाम्पल इनिशियल सेम कशा ते ॲलानिनला ॲस्पर्टिक ॲसिडला ॲस्पर्टेटला डी दिलाय, त्याने त्याचं स्टँडर्ड हेच दिलेलं आहे. ॲस्पर्टेटला डी म्हणायचं, ॲस्पर्जिनला एन म्हणायचं, ॲलानिनला ए म्हणायचं. हा ना, ते त्यांनी दिलेलंच आहे क्लासिकल इन ओव्हर द वर्ल्ड. दे आर क्लासिकली तसंच म्हणतात. डी ॲस्पर्टेटलाच म्हणणार, ए ॲलानिनलाच म्हणतील, असं. प्रोलिनला पी म्हणतील. ते आधी आले म्हणलं त्यांना त्याचं इनिशियल भेटलं, ते नंतर आलेल्यांना मग वेगळा अर्थ लावला त्यांनी. काय डिफिकल्टी समजते का मी काय म्हणतोय? हे नॉमेनक्लेचर महत्त्वाचं आहे, कारण काय होतं रेफरन्स बुक वाचताना तुम्हाला अशी काहीतरी दिसती लाईन, तुम्ही मध्ये हे काय स्पेलिंग चुकलंय का असं वाटतं आपल्याला. पण हे एक अमिनो ॲसिडचं नाव आहे, हे दुसरं अमिनो ॲसिड. मग तुम्हाला बघायला लागतं की यार व्ही म्हणजे काय, मग तुम्हाला कळेल की व्ही म्हणजे काय. तर हे मी काय सांगतो तुम्हाला, तर हे जे अमिनो ॲसिड आहेत हे फक्त सेपरेट नाही राहत. दे टेंड टू कनेक्ट विथ इच अदर अँड दे क्रिएट प्रोटीन. सो व्हेन अमिनो ॲसिड्स when amino acid, remember, listen carefully, when amino acid get connected with other amino acid, one amino acid get connected with other amino acid, one amino acid is getting connected with other amino acid, second amino acid is getting connected with third amino acid. Likewise, you will have a chain of amino acid which is nothing but the primary structure of protein. That's it. Primary structure of protein. Primary structure of protein means काय, तुम्ही काय लिहिणार मग? chain of amino acid. The first amino acid कुठलं आहे, second amino acid कुठलं आहे, ते नंतरची गोष्ट आहे. But these amino acids are getting connected with each other by particular bond. The bond is known as peptide bond. Bond is known as peptide bond. These amino acids are getting connected with each other. So here 1 2 3 4 5 6 amino acids and 1 2 3 4 5 peptide bonds are present. So each peptide bond gets synthesized by the chemical reaction is known as a dehydration reaction. Each peptide bond synthesis takes place by dehydration reaction. Dehydration reaction मुळे peptide bond तयार होतो. How? If you draw the structure of amino acid, you should always write N at left hand side and C double bond O right hand side. Means what? Here I have drawn two amino acids molecular structure. So you will notice N at left side always and always at left handed side. Why? Because amino acids are having chiral carbon. Amino acid contain chiral carbon. The chiral carbon is always optically active to the plane polarized light. amino acid having presence of chiral carbon. The carbon which is surrounded by four different groups here. Hai ka purno? Amino acid is surrounded by four different groups. That means this carbon is chiral carbon, which is optically active to the plane polarized light. What is plane polarized light? Normal light is polychromatic, means many wavelengths are embedded within. When you use a filter to select a single wavelength, that is monochromatic light, and if you give or bombard that light on this chiral carbon, it shows optical activity. Optical activity L and D, types of stereoisomers optical activity. Out of L and D, only L type of amino acids are selected. एवढं लक्षात ठेवा. म्हणून amino is always comes at left handed side. You shouldn't write in reverse fashion. C double bond मला वाटते असं लिहावं, तुम्हाला वाटून उपयोग नाही. तुम्ही you should write in this way only. Why? Just I have told you. So here two amino acids are facing each other. Hydroxyl group from carboxylic group and hydrogen atom from amino group. This group from this amino acid, because this is one amino acid, and hydrogen atom from another amino acid, shows removal of water molecule. This is, what is this? H2O. And removal of water molecule is responsible for formation of bond. Removal of water molecule, that is removal of hydration, dehydration. So dehydration reaction takes place, means removal of water takes place, peptide bond formation takes place. आले का लक्षात? Why it is called as dehydration reaction? Because while bond formation, water molecule was removed. That's why that is dehydration reaction. And result of that dehydration reaction is peptide bond formation. Each amino acid have peptide bond formation between two amino acids. So when you draw the structure like this, लक्षात द्या, you can draw structure like this. Listen carefully. What is this? Chain of amino acid. Many amino acids are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The short stretch of amino acid chain is known as oligopeptide. Oligopeptide. And long chain of amino acid chain is known as polypeptide. And लक्षात, why polypeptide? Many peptide bonds are there. And always remember, amino acid chain or peptide, this is only peptide. Why? Very small stretch of amino acid chain is there. Small peptide म्हणा किंवा फक्त peptide म्हणा, थोडीशी मोठी आहे ऑलिगोपेप्टाइड म्हणा, भरपूर मोठी आहे पॉलीपेप्टाइड म्हणा. और हे सगळे काय आहेत? प्रायमरी स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ प्रोटीन. कळतंय का मी काय म्हणतोय? प्रायमरी स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ प्रोटीन शोज either oligopeptide or polypeptide or only peptide. In any case, in primary structure, this will have free amino group left hand side, and this will have carboxylic group at right hand side. So in many reference book they show diagram like this. What it indicates? Primary structure of protein started from this side to that side. And Lakshat, this is the method to highlight any protein. So okay, we have primary structure seen here. So many point I have discussed here. Oligopeptide, polypeptide or only peptide, where N terminus is always remain free at left hand side and C terminus always remain free at right hand side. Okay, so this primary structure not remain primary forever and cannot remain primary forever. So when primary structure is produced, production of primary structure is important. And how primary structure get produced? By dehydration reaction, formation of peptide bond. Once primary structure is produced, this is your primary structure which is produced by dehydration reaction. Okay, this is your primary structure. This primary structure will show intrapeptide interaction by hydrogen bonds. Kashi, this peptide will have थोडंसं ॲडव्हान्समेंट दिसते ना तुम्हाला. either or you will have like this. What is this? Primary structure. What is this? Secondary structure. Here if you notice, you have helix like structure. This is known as alpha helix secondary structure. You have to understand this, you have to write down this, you have to study about secondary structure in very peculiar manner, because these points are very important to understand. We have secondary structure, either alpha helix, or here you can notice that here planar structure is produced. बरोबर ना? असे प्लेन तयार झालं, शीट, म्हणजे तुम्हाला ते असं दिसेल, sheet like structure is created. This sheet like structure is known as beta sheet. So in secondary structure, how many different types you have? Two different types. कुठले कुठले? Alpha helix and beta sheet. How alpha helix and beta sheet produced? Exclusively. आता इथं समजा अमिनो ॲसिडची चेन आहे, लक्षात घ्या. रिमेंबर, इकडे बघा, हायड्रोजन बॉन्ड बिटवीन अमिनो ॲसिड्स ऑफ दॅट पेप्टाइड. हायड्रोजन बॉन्ड वरच्या टर्नमधला अमिनो ॲसिड खालच्या टर्नवरच्या अमिनो ॲसिड बरोबर हायड्रोजन बॉन्ड करतो. सो दिस वे वी हॅव अल्फा हेलिक्स like circle and we have beta sheet. हे पण हायड्रोजन बॉन्डचं रिझन आहे. सो बोथ ऑफ दिस फॉर्म ड्यू टू हायड्रोजन बॉन्ड्स बिटवीन amino acids of that chain only. Alpha helix and beta sheet. समजते मला काय म्हणायचं? समजते का नक्की? सोपं आहे, काय अवघड नाही. पहिली गोष्ट, आपण सेपरेट अमिनो, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी स्टडीड अबाउट सिंगल अमिनो ॲसिड, हाऊ इट लुक्स. देन वी स्टडीड अबाउट व्हेन टू अमिनो ॲसिड कम्स टुगेदर दे क्रिएट प्रायमरी स्ट्रक्चर बाय पेप्टाइड बॉन्ड फॉर्मेशन. 6 अमिनो ॲसिड विल डेफिनेटली हॅव 5 पेप्टाइड बॉन्ड्स. आता आपल्याकडे पेप्टाइड आहे जी प्रायमरी स्ट्रक्चर आहे, त्याच्यामध्ये जर तुम्हाला मध्येच काहीतरी असं दिसलं गोल गोल, तर दॅट इज सेकंडरी स्ट्रक्चर. त्या पेप्टाइडमध्ये मध्येच काहीतरी असं झालंय, दॅट इज बीटा शीट. that is secondary structure. We have two types of secondary structure, alpha helix and beta sheet. Beta sheet have two subtypes, parallel beta sheet and anti-parallel beta sheet. So here whatever I have drawn, it is parallel or anti-parallel? Anti-parallel. This is going in this direction and this is going in this direction. असं चाललंय ना ते. जर असं असेल कळतंय का, हे पॅरलल आहे, हे डायरेक्शनने चाललंय, थोडंसं वरती उचकलंय, परत ते दुसरं पॅरलल चाललंय. दॅट इज पॅरलल ओरिएंटेशन. जाऊ द्या, नका लोड घेऊ. सेकंडरी स्ट्रक्चर कळालं तुम्हाला. प्रायमरी स्ट्रक्चर फॉर्मेशन इज व्हेरी इसेन्शियल. वन्स प्रायमरी स्ट्रक्चर you have, secondary structure will form. So interestingly you can say two secondary structure, either this or this. बरोबर. This comes secondary structure. When you have in one polypeptide chain what is here? काय दाखवलं मी तुम्हाला? अल्फा हेलिक्स आणि बीटा शीट दोन्ही एकाच प्रोटीन एकाच ठिकाणी बघायला भेटतात ते. So this structure is known as tertiary structure, and this is a particular protein which is functional. Tertiary structure formation takes place because more than two or more than two secondary structure are there. Tertiary structure म्हणजे काय? When two or more than two secondary structure are present, it is tertiary structure. In secondary structure, what you can say? नीट ऐका. अल्फा और बीटा, अल्फा हेलिक्स आणि बीटा शीट, और म्हणतो आपण तेव्हा एक तर अल्फा हेलिक्स वाला बनल किंवा बीटा शीट वाला बनल. और आणि टर्चरीला काय म्हणणार तुम्ही? अल्फा अँड बीटा, अल्फा हेलिक्स बीटा शीट्स, and आणि वरचा फरक आहे. So we have reached up to quaternary structure, and finally most importantly we have to say that when such a one tertiary structure is there. कळलं काय केलं मी? अल्फा हेलिक्स बीटा शीट, अल्फा हेलिक्स बीटा शीट काढल्यात. हे वन टर्चरी स्ट्रक्चर आहे. is in association with another tertiary structure. सुरुवात यांनी, शेवट सी ने, हे करायचंच. आणि also this is in association with another tertiary structure where you have another tertiary structure. So how many tertiary structures are there? 1 2 3. When two or more than two tertiary structures comes together, they create quaternary structures. For example, hemoglobin, आणि tertiary structures आहे myoglobin. So you must have understood what I am trying to tell you here, that amino acid come together to create chain of amino acid which is known as peptide. If it is short, oligopeptide. If it is long, polypeptide. If that polypeptide having alpha and beta secondary structure, either or, it is secondary structure. If both secondary structure come together, create tertiary structure. If more than two protein in tertiary structure present, it is quaternary structure, and quaternary structure having more than 2 पीसेस, म्हणजे हे एक प्रोटीन आहे लक्षात घ्या, पण ह्याच्यात 3 तुकडे आहेत. असे खूप मोठे मोठे प्रोटीन आहेत आपल्या सेलमध्ये ज्याच्यामध्ये अनेक तुकडे भरलेले आहेत. एक तुकडा या साईडनी, एक तुकडा या साईडनी, एक तुकडा त्या साईडनी, एक तुकडा खालून, एक तुकडा वरून, आणि सगळे एकत्र काम करतात. दॅट इज सिंगल प्रोटीन बट मेड अप ऑफ डिफरंट टर्चरी स्ट्रक्चर्स. सो एक तुकडा, 1 पीस इज नोन ॲज, म्हणजे एक पीस आहे समजा आणि तो पीस काहीतरी फंक्शन करतो. द एरिया ऑफ पर्टिक्युलर टर्चरी स्ट्रक्चर. फॉर एक्झाम्पल हा एवढा एरिया काम करणार आहे. इकडे बघा, a particular area of this tertiary structure is functional. That particular area is known as domain. Particular area is known as domain. D-O-M-A-I-N, domain. And small stretch of amino acid which is actually performing function is known as motif. 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 M-O-T-I-F. Motif are smaller in size. Domain are larger in size. Domain are generally part of tertiary structure. कळते का? मोटिव्ह छोटा. आता समजा तुम्ही जेवण करताय, तुम्ही हातात घास घातला, तोंडात घातला, पूर्ण तोंड तुमचं डोमेन आहे, ते दात ॲक्च्युली काम करणारे मोटिव्ह आहेत तुमचे. कळते का? असं लक्षात ठेवा. बाकी काय सांगू तुम्हाला मी. इन दिस वे बघू दे मला तो सिलेबस. आपण मागून पुढे जाणार. स्ट्रक्चर हॅव यू अंडरस्टूड. क्लासिफिकेशन हॅव यू अंडरस्टूड. आता विचारा मला काय क्लासिफिकेशन सांगितलं. अरे तुम्हाला सांगितलं ना 5 ग्रुप त्यांचे. दॅट इज क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ अमिनो ऍसिड. प्रॉपर्टी अँड फंक्शन ऑफ अमिनो ऍसिड सांगितलं का? नाही सांगितलं मी तुम्हाला अजून. प्रॉपर्टीज अँड फंक्शन ऑफ अमिनो ऍसिड. स्ट्रक्चर सांगितलं का? प्रायमरी, सेकंडरी, टर्शरी, क्वाटर्नरी. हां, मग तुम्हाला मी फक्त आता काय सांगितलं? स्ट्रक्चर, क्लासिफिकेशन आणि स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ प्रोटीन सांगितलेलं आहे. मी तुम्हाला प्रॉपर्टीज अँड फंक्शन ऑफ अमिनो ऍसिड नाही सांगितलेलं, जे आपण पुढच्या लेक्चरला घेणार.